Hey, how's it going, everyone? Just back in with another Sequence of the End Times video. So I was working on a lesson unrelated to this, and then I just came across the sequence again in Revelation 2, 16 to 29. It's amazing. It's everywhere, even if it's describing, the churches here, for example, in Thyatira. And so the sequence is here, Revelation 2, 16 to 29. Repent, or else I will come unto thee quickly, and will fight against them with the sword of my mouth. And that's in Revelation 2:16. If you add that together, that's 18,666. Oftentimes, not always, 33 and 666 is a number that references Christ's second coming in the Bible. And we see that again here. So I will come unto thee quickly. And so Christ says that in other places, I come quickly, and that type of thing. So right away there, we have a reference to Christ's second coming. And then now we have a reference here to his elect that will be taken away. And it's in verse 17, 17, 77, 14, 144, all numbers that you sometimes will find references to God's elect. He that hath an ear, let him hear. Let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. And so God is communicating his truths directly to his people through the Spirit, and only a small group of people have an ear to hear. To him that overcometh will I give to eat of the hidden manna, and will give him a white stone, and in the stone a new name written, which no man knoweth, saving he that receive it. And so just know that. So this is an amazing thing that this is Christ dealing with a very, very elect and select group of people. They're given this gift, this stone with a new name written. So now, first, we always have reference to salvation and God's elect. Okay, that's check first. Now, we should expect references to Great Tribulation, and we do. Verse 18, and this is in verse 18, 666. And unto the angel of the church in Thyatira write, these things saith the Son of God, who hath his eyes unto like a flame of fire, and his feet are like fine brass. So Christ had dark skin. Verse 19, I know thy works and charity and service and faith and thy patience and thy works, and the last to be more than the first. This is a group that God cares about, but they're not his elect. They have to go through what I'm about to read. Verse 20, notwithstanding I have a few things against thee, because thou sufferest, which means allow, that woman Jezebel, which calleth herself a prophetess, to teach and to seduce my servants to commit fornication, and to things sacrificed to idols. Notice how he says, my servants. Christ in another verse talks about a group in an inner circle moving from being servants to friends, because he tells them secrets. That's the group that is at the beginning. And so this group God cares about, but he references them here as his servants. Just know that there's a difference. Verse 21, and I gave her space to repent of her fornication, and she repented not. Verse 22, behold, I cast her into a bed, and them that commit adultery with her into great tribulation, except they repent of their deeds. And so this is a time of sifting, and this is verse 22. This is here on earth. And so these are earthly people that God still cares about, but he's waiting for them here to repent of their deeds. And so this is now we get a reference to the Great Tribulation, period. Verse 23, and I will kill her children with death, and all the churches that shall know that I am he which searcheth the reins and hearts, and I will give unto every one of you according to your works. Okay. And so that's one of God's judgments. That the group that has to go through this is bait because of their works or lack of works. Verse 24, but unto you I say, and unto the rest in Thyatira, as many as have not this doctrine, and which have not known the depths of Satan as they speak, I will put upon you none other burden. Verse 25, but that which ye have already hold fast till I come. Verse 26, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him I will give power over the nations. So this is why I want people to understand the Bible is absolutely amazing. Okay, so it talks about Christ's second coming for his elect. Then it talks about Great Tribulation. Then why now does Christ come back again? Speaking here through John the Revelator, talk about returning again. Why would he say that? But I want people to know this loop is very, very purposeful, because it's, again, like I said, second coming, a time of great tribulation, then it talks about coming again. But that which ye have already hold fast till I come. And so this is a symbolic language. In the last days, Christ is going to return again with his elect. Verse 26, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him I will give power over the nations. And so after Christ returns with his elect, they're going to destroy everybody with the mark of the beast. And then the kingdom of heaven will be established, which is what's being referenced here in verse 26. And so it's absolutely amazing. The Bible is constructed elegantly and perfectly to honor that sequence everywhere. And so Christ is not talking about his second coming again on purpose is referencing his quote third coming when he returns with his elect. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him I'll give power over the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. This is in verse 27, 2:7-14. This is God's elect that'll be doing this. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken into shivers, even as I received in my Father. So that group that had to go through the Great Tribulation is going to be under the leadership of this group right here in verse 27, on the group that I read at the beginning. Verse 28, and I will give him the morning star. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. So this is amazing. This DNA, this pattern is embedded into the Bible. And like I read earlier, it's only a small group of people that will understand this. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. And so it requires God's Spirit, and then it requires he that hath an ear, let him hear. And so for those who hear it, this is what the Bible is conveying. So we have a reference to Christ's second coming. We have a reference to Great Tribulation for a group that Christ also cares about. And then we have a reference to him returning, hold fast till I come. And then we have a reference to the kingdom. Hope everyone's doing well. Bye.